So I just want to start by saying I love bodybuilding, but I think it's time we really had to talk about it. And this is going to be a huge trigger warning, and there will be some heavy topics. So if you can't deal with that, I strongly encourage you to click off this video. Seriously, last warning. So I think my first and biggest problem is that bodybuilding is seen as healthy. And for sure, at the natural level, there are many health benefits. But what I'm talking about today is enhanced bodybuilding and how it's borderline glorified in a lot of communities. For many, the spotlight is very nice, to be looked at in awe, to be marveled at, to be praised, and to be seen as the pinnacle of masculinity. It can be an intoxicating feeling to be standing next to another man and be twice their size. For many, they know of the health concerns, which is even scarier to think about, just as smokers do, and it scares them. But for them, they either feel like they can't quit or the risk rewards are worth it. The ignorance of youth, thinking they can just quit later before it gets too bad. Between the cost of professional coaching, cycling, meal prep, travel expenses, there's not much to be made in this unless you're at the top level. So even if you're going in this for a financial incentive, many bodybuilders don't see shit out of this very expensive lifestyle. And then many of them, that's not even to mention regular lab workups if they even get them at all. Many bodybuilders end up dying and not having life insurance at all, so they don't see the doctor like they should. And the other problem with this is as well, is that blood tests are always going to be able to tell the whole story, especially long term. You might be metabolically healthy right now, but that's not to say that you're going to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And what about if you rupture a tendon? That increases your risk for a blood clot. There's just so many factors that you just can't account for with just blood tests alone. A lot of this is designed to reduce the risk, but no matter what you do, you are increasing your risk of an early death. We never see smokers glorified to this level, and yet here we are, where there's compilation after compilation praising these dudes for torturing their bodies, for dehydrating their bodies, for putting artificial chemicals into their bodies, for binge eating multiple meals a day, over and over and over again, spiking their insulin. They have to literally use insulin, which then results in these freaky mass monsters with huge bubble guts. It's not just the insides that end up hurting, you know? Look at Ronnie Coleman. After years of heavy lifting, it's resulted in multiple injuries and surgeries, and the man can barely walk.